Hello people, today I have with us again the Tokai Teio, and this one is from the 30-Minute Sister series, not the Figure-Eye Standard one. And this is from the Uma Musume Pretty Derby game. I think it's an anime too. I didn't say that last time. Now I mentioned in the last video that this one is a little bit different than the previous. I will bring her back out to show you some of the differences. But this one is 30-minute missions version of the same girl from that Uma Musume line. I happen to like the colors on this one a lot. It's a very pretty pink compared to the other one where she's wearing red. I can't see red very well, so that's something that I appreciate. Let's go ahead and go into her articulation. She is a 30-minute mission sister, so I have shown this to you before, but I will go ahead and do it because this one does have some variation on the basic girl kit. So this one has a different, unique neck, and it is similar to the one from the 30-minute sisters line, where it has that bend in the front, but it is for up and down motions instead of the side to side that you normally get. That said, it's still ball jointed in the top and the bottom, so you can get quite a lot out of that as well, as you see here. But you see the joint on the side. That allows you to move that head all the way back and all the way forward. The ears, also ball jointed in place. They come out a little bit easier than they did on the other model kit. Point of articulation at the back and an up and down on that as well. Get those dynamic poses in the wind as she's running. Her arm here is actually jointed to the side. So we go to the ball joint. That one is a typical inside of the 30-minute sisters here. And then you have the typical articulation on that shoulder as well. It is like the beach bodies where, oops. It is like the beach bodies and the Larinelle and Larinelle bodies where it's two parts inside here and then that comes over like a sleeve, not a sandwich together part. So you get quite a lot of articulation out of that. And of course you can move it all the way around as you'd like. Here you have a point of articulation. You can rotate that at the shoulder. The wrist style connection where you have one pin up here, and then a hinge in between. You can also rotate it at that point if you'd like. I would not recommend doing it. It does ruin the look of her arm there. Not that it's pretty, but you know, it does mess with that. And I just realized how washed out this light looks. See if we can get that focus back on. Her wrist is able to revolve around that wrist. We have the same wrist pin connectors inside here, so you can turn her hand all the way around and up and down inside that collar, sleeve. Her body top part here is similar to the normal 30-minute missions girls. So you have a peg going downward into this torso here. Before I forget, you do have a point of articulation here at her cape. And her tail can move like so, all the way around and up and down. This one, she has a very fun looking stirrup set. Not entirely certain how I feel about that, but she is a horse, so there you go. There is some articulation here as well. And you move that up and down, side to side. Each of these also can rotate just a bit. Moving down to her waist. The waist is typical of the 30-minute mission style inside, like the Larinelle and Larinelle. I cannot pull this thing apart because these things would be hell to put back together. It honestly was a little bit more than I bargained for putting this really nice soft material skirt together. She is wearing shorts in this version, and she does actually have a booty that plugs in just like the normal 30-minute mission sisters girl. There you go. So we have a ball joint inside here, captured inside a sleeve. So you can move that around quite a lot. And there's her butt. This does rotate at this point. She also has 1 point of articulation at her knees, which was surprising to me. Usually they have 2. You can rotate it here at the top as well, but again, you kind of want to keep it straight so that it hides that point of articulation. This one here rotates just a bit. Actually, you can move that all the way around. And then you have the hinge system, one that goes up, one that goes down, and you have that normal point of articulation there. And also you have a toe bend, which 30-minute sisters don't have. She has like a wild rock out pose now. Like the other version, she actually comes with different face plates, but these ones are tampographed. So you get this one here, which is a slightly more aggressive version. I'm guessing that's when she's running. And you have this one here, which is an even happier and a winking version. There are lots of other hand styles as well, including, but not limited to, the ones that she has now. An open hand with open fingers. The 3. You have that in purple as well. Let's see if we can get that focus. You get an open hand on the purple. You get a holding hand. Closed fists in both colors. And a holding hand in the other color. And you get the 30-minute missions, or the 30-minute sisters rings with pegs. So each of those there on the end of her shorts can be replaced with these ones if you want to use 30-minute missions or 30-minute sisters armors. You also get them for her upper arm, not the lower, because she has those sleeves. There are even more hands options, but these ones don't have wrists. So you get the typical holding, open hand, and fist, and also available in white. And we also get the same stand that we got before. This one I did not mess up on, thankfully. So we can plug that. That's not the right plug. This one is for your other action bases. The reason why this one's on here is because this one comes with a very special stand, which is unique to this set. And that's this one here. This one allows you to connect a special Y connector. And as you see, it's very funny looking. This one connects into her foot and her leg as if it was the one that was inside there now, but allows it to connect to the stand, like so. So now you have the ability to put her foot close to the ground without actually touching it, or on the ground while touching it, but that's the only point where the stand is holding her. You can get some really unique poses without all the armature of these guys, these extra clear parts. I mean, they're clear, but you can still see them. That plugs into her foot, and now it just looks like she's standing on it. Now, from the side you can see it, of course, but from the front, it's almost invisible. So less is more in this case. It's really cool. I really like this one a lot. It also enables you to do some really cool running poses like I had her in the last video. So like I said, you can get some really cool dynamic poses. This is her running forward. You can see her tail, her ponytail here, and her foot in a very awkward position, but still really cool looking pose with her running with all her might. I like it a lot. Now for a size comparison, let me go ahead and bring out my GBN base Gundam. That's him right here. Like I said with the other one, she's the same height as him, which is a little bit confusing to me, but we will continue that thought in a little bit. Here's my 30-minute missions Alto. He is quite a bit smaller than she is. Those are both in 1/144 scale. This one and the previous. Here's my 1/100 scale frame arms Jinrai. And here is Architect in roughly 1/12 scale. They look a little bit closer in height than the other one did. I'm not sure why that is. Here is Rashetta from the 30 Minute Sister series. So I definitely think she's a bit taller than the other one because the other one is smaller than Rashetta was. These are both 30 Minute Sisters. They are very compatible with each other. You can swap out a lot of the parts. But yeah, no, they are supposed to be in roughly the same scale. So any height difference would be in their heights, not exactly a scale difference. And I forgot to show her last one, but this is the Magical Girl from Megami Device. That's another Kotobukiya line, not Frame Arms Girl. This one's a non-scale series, but as you see, she's very similar to the 30 Minute Sisters in height. Here's the Hexagear Governor. That's Nero in 1/24 scale. And the big boy of the group, here is Alex Gundam, the Master Grade in 1/100 scale. Alright, and here's both of the versions of the Uma Musume Pretty Derby Girl Tokai Teio. Teio, something like that. Again, I'm going to put it at the beginning, so if I'm mispronouncing it, I'm very sorry, but that is me. This one being our Figure Eye Standard, and this one being the 30 Minute Sister. There are some skin tone differences. Maybe you can tell. Let me try it under a different light. Let's see. I think it's more apparent here that this one's a yellower skin tone than hers. I think we're just going to leave it like that. Her face is a little bit whiter than hers is. This one's a little bit more, I want to say orangey, but it's probably red. A little bit more red in her hair than that one, which is more brown. Obviously, under different lighting, it's going to look different, and to my eyes, it probably looks different to you guys. I think her face more fuller looks more like the 30 Minute Sisters, and this one definitely has a unique look. The costumes are quite different. You see this one is more adopted like a 30 Minute Sisters series suit, where it's almost symmetrical, like a swimsuit, where hers is obviously just the suit from the game. And we can turn it around the back. Her tail comes straight out of her backside, whereas hers comes out of that very unusual stirrup mechanism. Very weird mechanism. Her shoes, quite a bit different. You see hers are winged boots, and hers are not. Definitely looks like cowboy boots, actually. Very, very cool look, though. I like both of them. I like these ones a lot. Don't know about the brown, but that's what you do. This one came with a lot of hands, so did this one. As far as the shoulders, you get a difference there. Each one of those is a lot different. This one is compatible with the 30 Minute Sister series, so you can just pluck those off and put them on any of the other girl, whereas this one is built into the shoulder of this girl, so you get a difference there. Overall, I think it's really cool that you get two different styles, but it was very expensive. I think between the two of them, I paid $80 for the two of them. This one has no stickers, where this one had a huge sticker sheet plus the decals. This one has no decals. I think this one was trying to be more premium, but even so had all those extra bits, where this one is all color separation. So I think this one has a win on it for that. I'm not judging them by one or the other. I'm just saying I think that was a better thing in terms of parts and color separation. This one has that flexible suit here, where this one does not. The legs and the internals are very different between the two of them. The arms, the articulation on this one is vastly superior to the articulation on this one, but I think these look a little bit more human-like. That said, they still have a way to go to look human. I personally prefer the joints on this one. I think they're going to last a lot longer than the ones on this one, where they feel like anytime you move them around, they're going to be stressed. So I think they're between the two of them, this one is going to last longer, per se. That said, I do have an issue with this knee in particular. It is a little torqued, I think, and doesn't want to stay in place. If I were to lean her on just that leg, it would fold over. Whereas on this one, there's no problem. Or on this one, there's no problem. It's a little bizarre. Only this knee got it. I don't know if I trimmed it too much or what happened there, but c'est la vie. So all that said, I think between the two of them, I really don't have a preference. I think they're both really awesome, but we are talking about the sister on this time. The one thing I think puts this over the edge, though, is that really cool stand, and I love that so much. I hope they come up with more stands like this for Gunpla in the future for other Musume kits. This one is a really nice piece, and I love it very much. I'm almost willing to say that it's worth anything else that we paid for on that one just for this. That said, all of these parts are compatible with the other 30-minute sisters. Not 100%, but you can swap out the legs, the arms, all the joint system is compatible with some of the 30-minute sisters in some way or another. The head is different, but the neck isn't, so you can plug that head onto any of the other girls and have her join their team. So it's going to be pretty cool. With that said, do you want this one? I think you do. This one is a little bit more compatible with the other 30-minute missions girls. The 30-minute sisters girl. I don't know why I keep saying missions. That's because I did a whole bunch of reviews on the 30-minute missions recently. But this one being compatible with the 30-minute sisters, that goes a long way towards customization. So I think this one is definitely a winner in terms of that. Price-wise, it was pretty expensive. I think it was $38. I've seen it for cheaper, but I bought it because it was there at the time, and I'm like, oh, I kind of need to get it. I don't want to miss out on it. So that was my mistake. Don't do what I did. See if you can find it elsewhere for cheaper. Definitely worth more if you paid less for it. That's my opinion. With that thought, though, I think this one is overall going to be worth more than the other one, where that one is just kind of a static one-time thing. This one is compatible with the others, so you're going to have a lot more future playability with this one. But I think that's all I'm going to say about this kit. I really like both of them, but this one is the one we're talking about now. Definitely look into getting one if you are into these girl kits. This one being compatible with the 30-minute sisters, again, it's going to increase the use that you get out of it, the playability you have with it. It's going to be worth more in the long run, I believe. But that is all I'm going to say today. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely you will see my stuff. Bye-bye.